There has been floods and oceans of tears since Arsenal beat Manchester United to 2 unreplied, beautiful and sublime corner kick goals. Manchester United fans, their legends, ex-players, and even other football fans have been crying since yesterday. And this is courtesy Setpiece FC, the kings of dark arts, the one who is to be feared, Arsenal Football Club. Let's talk about it. Man United fans, I don't know what you were expecting, but there are 2 things you have to be grateful for. 1, you have to be grateful that you have a pragmatic manager. Yesterday, when I did my pre-match talk, I encouraged Amorim to take the conservative approach and not play on the front foot against Arsenal to avoid embarrassment. And you know what? Fair play to him, he did just that. It was even more obvious in the first half. Their reluctance to attack, they couldn't even press the Arsenal backline. Every time Manchester United wanted to add just 1% more on their press, Raya would just make that simple pass into the midfield. Why? Because their midfielders are now cut out around the flank area, waiting for the press trigger. Another thing I noticed was that they tried to use Kiwior as the press trigger, but unfortunately, Zinchenko was right there with him. Look, you can blame Zinchenko for every other thing in this world, and I would agree. But listen, you see that press? Zinchenko is press resistant. Now, Manchester United had that 5-3-2 defensive shape, and their build-up had a problem. Their midfielders were reluctant to drop deep to assist in build-up. They were scared they were going to be leaving a huge gap behind. The second thing Manchester United have to be grateful for is that the Batman of Premier League, Gabriel Magalhaes, is not around. For a moment, pause and think about it. If Big Gabby was around, he probably would have had an hat-trick against Manchester United. Now, before we continue, I just want to appeal to you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel to help the platform grow faster. This black app is starting to give me issues, so I post on my YouTube hours before posting here. Thanks. Now, I have to give props to Zinchenko, who was almost without blemish in the match, except for, I think, 1 or 2 occasions where he lost possession to Ahmad, and it almost cost us. And fair play to Zinchenko, who made sure to foul him before getting into the box. Apart from that, Zinchenko was very good. His composure, his passes, and positioning were brilliant. In fact, his defending was also good yesterday. He anticipated passes well, and at some point, I saw him going for area balls and actually winning them. Kudos to him. Jakub Kiwior. I remember when Arsenal released the lineup and we saw Kiwior and Zinchenko starting. A lot of Arsenal fans lost their heads, but to God be the glory. Alhamdulillah. Kiwior was superb against Manchester United. He was barely caught off guard. In fact, Amorim tried to play a fast one on Arteta by instructing Olun to drift towards Kiwior as he is the weak link in the Arsenal defense. But you know what? It's all good. Kiwior had him in check. Ladies and gentlemen, Rasmus Olun had 0 touches in the Arsenal box. Another peculiar thing about Kiwior is his passing ability. I told my friend yesterday that I always wonder how odd it is to find a defender whose biggest strength is his passing. Kiwior did well yesterday, to be honest. I know you want me to talk about Saliba, but I'm sorry. I don't know what to say about him. I feel like I've said everything that needs to be said about Saliba. And you know what? Let's do it like this. How about you tell me something I don't know about Saliba in the comments? Moving on to Uriel Timber. That one transfer that Arsenal fans were all in support of. I am yet to see an Arsenal fan that doesn't like Timber. This guy is so good. It's a shame he missed the whole of last season. I'm glad to have him back. Nicolas Yoba. You know, I found something interesting about this guy. I saw his X account and he has corner kick as his DP. I am so glad that we have him at Arsenal. Opponents now tremble when we take corner kicks. I see Manchester United are complaining that we are scoring corners as if I didn't see them train for corners before the match. If you want us to stop scoring corners, then you have to start defending them better. In case you have forgotten, let me remind you guys what Arsenal means. Arsenal can be defined as a collection or supply of weapons and military equipment. It can also be defined as a collection or range of resources or tools available for a particular purpose. Which means that physical football, haram football, free-flowing attacking football, Dark arts, me by set piece, me by anyhow you want a full ground. You go. Anyways, I enjoyed the match, especially the set pieces. We absolutely outplayed Manchester United in all areas. And they were talking like we didn't deserve to win. Come on, man. In fact, if you go and watch my match talk, I particularly highlighted that Manchester United give away too many corners and you can't afford to do that against this Arsenal. In fact, we had more attempts than they did and more touches in their box. We absolutely dominated them. Manchester United did nothing to deserve even a point in that match. Overall, I am proud of the boys and what they did. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like this post, repost so that others can watch and enjoy. Click on the link in my bio to subscribe to my YouTube channel and as well follow me for more content like this.